Watch me.
I'm watching an implosion here.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I might be the last guest on this show. What the?
About Time Moving System. It's about time moving was easy.
Wow, local or long distance, big or small, Quinn and his experienced team have got you covered.
Make the move today by calling Quinn at 262-222-2624 or visit AboutTimeMoving.com today. Get a move on!
5 stars. Honor your loved ones with dignity by choosing Casey Family Options, funerals and cremations in your time of need.
For over 50 years, Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations has been your caring neighbors, offering personalized funeral and cremation services.
Steve's experienced team is here to guide you through every step with compassion and respect.
Visit them at 3016 75th Street or call 262-653-0667.
Learn more at CaseyFamilyOptions.com.
Looking to upgrade your floors or remodel your space?
Well, visit Dickhouse Czak Tile at 6403 75th Street.
They specialize in tile, flooring, and home renovations, offering expert design and installation services.
Visit DickHouseCzak.com or call them at 262-694-9777 and get that free estimate today.
Dickhouse Czak, where your home makeover begins. On this special episode of the Ktown Connects with Racine podcast, we sit down with the longtime pub owner, champion of local causes, and the heartbeat of Racine's music scene, the man behind the city's most beloved bar, McAuliffe's Pub. We connect with the one and only JJ McAuliffe. Cue that music, JTB!
Racine.
Ooh, the sweet sound of cracking that Public Brewing Company beer here on
on my
the
microphone.
Ktown Connects with Racine special episode.
Oh, I'm enjoying this delicious. I just cracked it up all night. Coconut and coffee milk stout from Public Brewing Company in downtown Kenosha.
Yeah, that
give it a
sounds
taste here.
and looks delicious, Jason.
Yeah, the Southport Blonde isn't so bad either, man.
I mean, Public has some great
Yeah.
beers.
That's not bad.
So get on down to Public
To
Brewing
be
Company.
fair, I was kind of scared because I'm not a big stout guy. But
Tastes great, huh?
I mean, coconut and coffee. It's kind of what it tastes like. You want to taste?
Oh, ooh.
No,
That's
I did
great.
taste. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me try that.
No, it's really not that bad.
Well, I love coconut, and I love coffee, and I love Public, so that's the winner in my book. So I'm going to get down to 628
This can smell like
58th
herpes now.
Street.
Donny.
So check out their full menu, their beers, and everything at publiccraftbrewing.com.
Yeah, you guys are enjoying the Southport Blonde. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
JJ,
change it up a
pretty
little bit.
good, huh?
Yes, it is. Thank you for...
Very scrumptious.
But Donny, I got to ask
I don't know
you.
if you guys trying to get me drunk so I talk honestly here or something. Other things.
But Donny, I got to ask you, what's up with that theme song?
I mean, I'll tell you what's up with it. It's up on the charts. Number one, Droppin' Daisies, our hometown. Thank you, Droppin' Daisies, for that great theme
And also,
song.
it's number one in our hearts.
It will always be number one in our hearts.
Yeah.
JJ, what a rockin' tune, huh?
I was actually going to ask you who that was. That was amazing. I
Yep.
love Droppin' Daisies.
Yeah, they are fantastic. They recorded that just for us.
Before we even had a show, they did it for us.
Yeah.
So it's an old time song. They used to sing it like at Tremper in the schools and stuff. They sang this song, and we found it for them. We got it to them. Hey, can you do a rockin' version? And they did.
Yeah.
And man, hell yeah!
So
Kenosha, my hometown.
Oh, man.
Yep. So it's been number one on the charts. the Donny Stancato charts.
Amy and Danny are good people, man.
Yeah, they
Very
are.
good people.
Great musicians
Yeah.
and great people. They really are.
I've had them at the pub a bunch of times.
Oh, very
Absolutely,
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We need to get the names of the rest of the bands. We always say Amy and Danny.
I know.
There's 5 people in the band.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. But
We do it all the
I
time.
see them all the time.
I know,
see
I
them.
know.
Amy works in Racine too. So and then
Okay.
Danny over at the music store. So
Isn't Daisy in the band? And
Daisy?
dropping?
So Amy works in Racine. She's stopping by for beers a lot.
No, I just see her Facebook post where
okay.
she's like, "Hey, where's some places to eat? I'm working downtown Racine now."
Okay. We're trying to get her expose her drunkenness.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
usually pretty well behaved when
Yeah,
she's by us. Yeah.
She usually is. So that's why the scandal would be even better. You know.
Yeah.
Guess we can't use that song anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, where are we at right now?
Oh, Donnie, we're at the Frank Parise recording studio. That's Frank J. Parise Law Offices of Kenosha. And if you are in need of criminal defense, if you did something wrong, or if you're accused of doing something wrong, maybe you might be innocent, you might be guilty. Either way, Frank Parise will help you get a somewhat favorable resolution to your problem.
Give them a call at 262-656-9906. Frank will help you out, and guess what you'll be saying?
What?
Frank Parise.
That sounds bad. It doesn't sound good.
That's how he signs his emails. Frank you very much.
Well, this is good to know. I might have to write this information down.
Yes,
You never
yes.
know when I might need it.
Yeah, and Frank is a great man. Frank Parise. Love that man so much.
He's a rocker, too. He plays guitar, too.
Yeah, he does. JJ, you ever play with Frank?
I have not, but I've seen his ads in Happenings magazine.
Yes.
I love Happenings magazine. That is a great book right there.
Well,
Print is coming back,
Print is coming back.
That's what I heard. 2026, print's coming back. Because the robots can't control the print.
You are so correct. Well, we're doing something a little crazy on this episode, huh?
Well, don't we always?
You're right, but we're doing something extra crazy today.
Extra crazy.
We
How
are,
extra?
Normally we interview Kenosha people because we are the Ktown Connects podcast.
Yeah, but after 2,074 episodes, we kind of ran out of guests.
Yeah, and we're like,
No.
I see how it is. All right. Here I thought it was something special.
No, you are. You're our first Racine guest.
yes, this
Really?
is very special.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we decided, hey, you know what? Let's connect with our
And if we're going to get someone from
Border City.
Racine, we're getting JJ McAuliffe.
the number one celebrity in Racine.
know about that.
Racine icon for, 20 years now almost? It's been over 20 years, right?
What's for the pub?
That you've been around, yeah.
Oh no, no, actually, because back in the 80s, I was booking shows at the Eagles Club with. Funny thing is, when you say from Racine, for a short period of time, I was living here in Kenosha. I lived on 62nd Street,
Wow.
over by the viaduct, and we had the place called the Red Zone, which was like one of the original punk houses in the 80s.
Oh.
And back in those days, we had 1096, Charmin Deviants, Beautiful Bert, all play in our basement. Material Issue came and hung out at our place, wrote their name on our upstairs, like going up the stairs, just spray painted Material Issue, and they're like, cool, man. And so I was booking a bunch of the hardcore shows, and I was getting a lot of help from Don Litke.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, and so him and I.
Dean Lipke was the singer of 1096, and Don was his brother. Yeah.
And so we were putting on all these hardcore shows in Racine, and people from all over, like, we didn't know what to expect. Like, the first show I booked, it was like 1096, Charmin Deviants, U.S. Distress, my old band, the Killer Pigs from Hell.
Love that name.
We didn't know who was going to show up. I rented the hall. I've always worked. The minute when I got out of high school, or when I was, got out of, when I say I got out of high school, like literally a freshman, when I got out of school, I never did the extracurricular activities. I went straight to work. So, I always worked. And I had some money. I rented this hall and found a guy who would do the PA, and I've never done anything
Which
like
hall
this.
was this that you rented
The
out?
Eagles Club in downtown Racine.
Okay, gotcha.
Right across from George's.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to expect, and fucking 300 people showed up. It was
man.
like crazy. There's videos out there of it on YouTube, but it was just crazy. But the other crazy thing was the Eagles Club is run by a bunch of old people. They didn't know what to expect.
I bet they did not like that.
Well, no, actually, it was
Well,
crazy.
they like some money coming in, right?
Well, yeah, because that's the other thing. There was a lot of these kids. There was kids. We were kids.
Yeah.
And they weren't carding anybody. Everybody was drinking. I mean, 15-year-olds. I mean, granted, I had nothing to do with that. That was the bar was part of the Eagles Club. I had nothing to do with that. But oh my God, they weren't carding anybody. And I had to actually have a rental cop there, and he never did anything about it. He was totally cool. I mean, and that made the next show, I think, even more special.
And what year was this?
This was like 1986 or 7.
Wow.
No, I think it was 87 because I just got out of. No, I got out of high school, so it was like probably late 86, early 87.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
And then what led to that? What progressed after that? You said you had a second show then.
Oh, yeah. So, then we just started, bringing in other bands. And then Don, he had all these bands that are on the touring circuit. So, like, the first 2 shows were basically local hardcore bands. Mm-hmm. But then Don came in and was like, hey, I got this band from, San Francisco, or from Austin, who moved to San Francisco called the Rhythm Pigs. And then they came. And then Life Sentence, Cleveland, or Ohio Bound. No, that wasn't their name. Anyway, we were
it's a while back.
Yeah. The Iowa Beef Experience. That was thank you. But Adrenaline Overdose. Just all these great Operation Ivy.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And then Operation Ivy actually stayed at our house at the Red Zone. So yeah. So it was just really cool.
Wow, cool.
What got you into music at a young age? Do you remember how that influence happened?
I think it was going to grade school and being a little bit, different. Even when I went to kindergarten, I got kind of kicked out of kindergarten, not kindergarten, but first grade.
What?
Bad boy?
I never was a studious. I've always been kind of a rebellious kid. I didn't want to do homework. I didn't want to do this, and Dr. Jones' school, was given my
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, he doesn't apply himself. He doesn't want to do anything, and I just remember not wanting to. This is my own time. I'll do work. I'll do schoolwork when I'm at school, but when I'm out of school, this is my time.
Makes sense.
And then my mom sent me to a Catholic school, where she went, and that's when things had to kind of, I guess, changed. But yeah, so I ended up going to St. Stanislaus. But that was a really cool experience, though, because I wouldn't say that, but the whole Catholic thing.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah, we won't go into what it. Yeah, but plus it was also kind of in the hood. So
that in Racine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we would go to my mom would drop us off at my grandma's, and we would walk to school, and we were one of the. It was like I said, it was in the hood, and I made some really good friends, and it was weird that the people who took me under their wing were some of the more people that forgive me but the hood people, and some of the white people that were there, because it was a very the whites in the school were a little the minority. There was more of a and
black Latino kind of thing. Yeah.
And
we can say it.
But a lot of the white kids just treated me like shit, know, and so I just kind of always had that, I'm like, I want to grow my hair. I don't want to get a haircut, and even when it came time to buy clothes for school, I'd always be like, just buy me that. I didn't care about the
latest trends.
I didn't need to have the gas shoes at the time. Remember those gas
shoes? Oh.
And they had they said gas on the bottom.
Okay.
Anyway, and just I was always the kid that got picked on. So I always hung out with nerds. Basically, I'm going to say the people that got also got picked on. But those people were usually the ones that had great musical tastes and were. You know what? You guys are I'm not gonna do anything after school with you fuckers, but I'm gonna go and listen to music
and maybe go hang out. And
a good friend of mine was listening to bands like Yes and Rush and all. And granted, this is like sixth grade, and it's for a sixth grader in the 80s,
listening to Rush and Yes,
yeah. So it was like I started getting into music, and then I just became that kid who just. I eventually got a babysitting job, and whenever I made money, Mom would take me to the mall. I'd go buy records, and then next thing you know, all my money was going toward records, and I was getting into music, and I started out just like any other little kid, started getting into the metal scene and started buying all these metal albums, and then all of a sudden I had to go down to the like I was saying earlier with my dad driving us down to Grand Central before it was Grand Central. It was called Sound Discount. Yeah. Buying all the imports and just going through the. And seeing an album cover and not even knowing who the hell the band was.
That album cover looks awesome. Yeah, I want to listen to that.
I mean, I'll never forget the first time I bought Merciful Fate's Melissa. I'm like, this album. I had no idea. I don't know who Merciful Fate is. I don't know. I bought the album. I put on the wrong side. I put on side 2 first, which starts with Black Funeral. And the minute I hit that, they hit that opening riff, and then King Diamond starts with his, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then oh, hail Satan! I'm like, all right, I can't play this for my parents, so I would lock myself in my basement and just listen to music. My dad bought me a guitar when I was a kid, so I eventually got into the electric guitar, so I would sit in my little basement, basically my man cave, listening to music, drawing, and playing my guitar. And then eventually met an old friend, Dave O'Connor, who lived in the Georgetown area of Racine, and we'd eventually move together to the Red Zone in Kenosha.
Okay.
But we were really into all these heavy metal bands. We were getting into Venom and Celtic Frost. But then all of a sudden, I started discovering a lot of the punk rock bands.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, dude, this stuff's really cool, because it's still got the gritty guitar, but it's more melodic. It's more. It's cooler. I don't know. There's just something. I like what they're singing about. And my buddy Dave at the time, no, this stuff. And then eventually,
this pussy shit.
Yeah. But eventually, no. Then next thing you know, we're like. The metal scene, then basically thrash comes out, which is fine, and then the glam. But the metal became a little too cartoony, and the hardcore scene was real, and you felt like you were part of something. And we formed the Killer Pigs from Hell. We moved.
Were you playing guitar then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they later morphed. They're still kind of around in a way because Dave, before he passed away a couple of years ago from cancer. He moved out to Sacramento with a buddy of ours who also lived in a house called Bill Lorenz, and they formed a band called Vomit. And Vomit actually does a couple of the old Killer Pig from Hell songs.
Oh, cool! So it's still alive out there.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Wow. So, you didn't graduate high school?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
You had this interest in music, but what were you kind of looking to do as for a career? I mean, you've been working all these little other side jobs, things like that.
Honestly, I was really into music, and I was hoping that I was playing in bands, and I was hoping that I was a dreamer. I wanted to be in a band, and then
you're a rock star.
I wanted to, not necessarily a rock star, but at least make a living off of it, But the whole. Traveling the world playing music intrigued the hell out of me, So, but, you need money. And I, like I said, I got a job and I started making money. And so it was, I would be playing music, but, when one band I was in called FI, I used my vacation time.
What FI stand for?
That's actually...
Didn't have a meaning or just kind of...
Well, there's questionable what it could mean, but it's kind of the members kind of know it's not something we're supposed to. Yeah. So, and there's been over 30, 40 members in this band throughout the years.
Okay, so it's a big secret.
Top secret.
Well, I suppose I could say no. I better. I think it's all right because the band's just funk now.
You can break it on the Ktown Connects podcast.
There was a really cool Milwaukee punk band called the Surfin' Führers, and it was Jay Tiller who formed Couch Flambeau. Jay Tiller. Oh God, I can't remember some of the others. Just some legendary Milwaukee scene guys. And they formed FI as more of like this psychedelic noise, Throbbing Gristle meets Hawkwind type of band.
Wow.
And it was Führer's Incognito.
Oh, I got
The Surfing Führers.
So,
you know,
it's a little stick to the other guys. Gotcha. Cool. So, when did you get your first bartending job?
Well, so I was working at a car dealership, being basically a grease monkey, doing the oil changes and stuff. And my first job? Bartending. Oh yeah. Sorry. Sorry, the Southport Blonde sitting here right now.
I forgot to tell you, it's 11.5 proof.
Publicbrewingcompany.com.
So I was working at this car dealership, and we went on strike one summer, and
Wow.
I just kept going into this. I had the whole summer off. I was getting strike pay. I was making $10 less than I normally made, and all I had to do was show up at the picket line for 2 hours a day.
Nice.
So me and my buddy would go to we got a season pass, go to Great America, and then go to the bar. So we were going to Confetti's. That was our main bar. It was a cool bar, and we, Margaret, the owner, we knew her. She was really cool, and I just kept bugging her to, hey, you need a bartender? And I would just bug her. And finally one day...
What kind of bar was Confetti's? Just,
Well, when she started it was a dance club.
Okay.
It was more of a go in on the weekend, pay a cover, DJ. There was a big DJ booth in there.
Look at hot girls.
Yeah. But
go home, jerk off, and call it a day.
Yeah.
I miss those kind of bars.
But she was starting to have some issues and some problems, like the college kids were starting to get a little out of control. So then she started dabbling into the live music, which is when I kind of discovered the place. I wasn't a big fan of it when it was the dance club.
Yeah.
But when she started doing the live music, it was like, oh, this is really cool. And so I knew some bands, and so I was like, hey, how about booking this band? And so I would actually book some bands in there.
Oh, wow.
So that was your first dabble into booking.
Yep. And, bringing in these, bringing a couple bigger bands from Milwaukee in, and so finally one day she's like, well, I got called back to Chrysler, or was it AMC? No, it was Chrysler. She got called back to Chrysler, and she's like, I'm going to sell the bar, but before I do it, I want to give it offer it to you first.
Shit.
Now, were you bartending then?
I was.
Bartending and kind of booking the games.
Right.
Okay.
She eventually, so I was always bugging her about, come on, give me a job, and she finally did, and so so I worked there for a couple years.
So you must have been a pretty good bartender if she's going to offer you to buy the place.
Yeah, I think she saw it in me that I really wanted to do it, because I always joked that my whole goal in life was to be in the band, travel the world, and then in my 50s retire and have a bar. I wanted to own the bar in my later years.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's changed. It's actually gone the other way around.
So you own the bar, now you're going to tour in a band.
Now I'm touring with these bands. I have been for the last 10, 15 years, working with these two bands from Scotland and then some other bands. So, everything just went in the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And the other difference is now with the other bands that I'm traveling with, I'm not playing. It's just more on the business end, which is fine.
So you've been working with Margaret, the owner of Confetti's, for a couple years there, and she's talking about you possibly taking over ownership of this place. What's going through your head? What do you know about running a bar? What do you know about running a business at that time?
Well, that's kind of what my parents said to me.
Are you fucking crazy?
Because they were not for it, and I was like, I don't have a pot to piss in, and I was like, can you guys help me? And they're like, we don't think this is a good idea.
Oh.
But my Uncle Spar, who lived in Escanaba, Michigan, he loved the place. Whenever he would come down for Christmas time, we would go there because it was close by, and he just loved the place. So he gave me a loan, and,
helped you out.
and Margaret gave me a promissory note. So they financed it.
Wow.
And
Did your parents hate him for that?
No.
Okay.
No, my dad actually became one of my best patrons. So
So he paid it off for you?
He drank his words.
No. Well, yeah, right. No, because it was my dad who drank for free.
But still, you don't really have any experience running a business or anything.
No,
so
but I knew bartending, and plus, before I was a bartender at Confetti's, or no, I'm sorry, before I took over Confetti's. Oh my God, I'm getting old. I got to remember back here. Oh God! So I was actually also bartending at a bar in the mall called the Watering Hole, and my buddy Andy owned the place, and so
Was that the place that Peg and Lou's ended up taking over?
yeah, that's what happened. I was bartending at two places.
Okay.
So I was bartending for Margaret, and I was also bartending for Andy at the Watering Hole.
Okay.
And Andy was a good friend of mine, and I saw how he did business, and so I kind of knew how, okay,
You had your eye on him, huh?
yeah, it's like I think I could. So when it came time for me to buy the bar, I'm like, I think I can figure this out. It'll be a learning experience as you go along.
Yeah, you're like, I'm a smart guy. I got some friends. I know I got some people I can ask, right? You have a good team of people that you can talk to if you need to. So.
Exactly. And then what's funny, years later, Andy sold the Watering Hole and ended up working for me for years.
Beep, beep.
Looking for a reliable ride? Carbox, owned by Scott Dooley, has you covered with locations in Kenosha and Racine.
Carbox offers quality used cars at a great price, making car buying easy and stress-free.
Stop on by 1750 22nd Avenue in Kenosha or 3317 Durand Ave in Racine and browse their inventory online at carboxwi.com.
Carbox, driving you to your next adventure. Beep, beep. Fridays in Kenosha just aren't the same without a legendary Union Park Tavern fish fry, voted best in Kenosha for 10 years running.
But why stop at Friday? UPT is dishing up delicious food 7 days a week, including a weekend brunch because eggs and bacon wait for no one.
Live music? Union Park Tavern is the home of the best live entertainment with open mic nights, piano jams, karaoke, and top-notch bands.
And if you haven't checked out their beer garden, you're seriously missing out. So head on down to Union Park Tavern and cheers to a good time. Looking to buy or sell a home?
Contact Shannyn Franklin of ReMax Elite.
With years of experience, Shannyn offers personalized service to help you achieve your real estate goals.
Call Shannyn at 262-960-5182 or visit shannonfranklin.remax.com to start your real estate journey today.
Shannyn Franklin is your trusted partner in the real estate market.
Hey, you want to hear this episode without those pesky commercials?
Oh my gosh, I do, Donny, I do.
Well, Jason, head on over to KTownConnects.com and become a Patreon supporter.
How do I do that?
Well, you just head on over to KTownConnects.com.
How do I do that?
You just go on the old internet. And guess what?
Yay.
You can get episodes early, ad-free, and get some bonus material.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we have some great stuff here.
Yeah,
with
we
our current
do.
guests, yeah.
Yep. Subscriptions start as low as just $2 a month. So visit
Wait, just $2? Oh, $2 a day?
$2 a month.
Wait, $2 a week?
$2 a month. That's cheap.
Wait, $2 a year?
$2 a
Not
month.
that cheap. Okay.
You can give us 20.
Okay, yeah.
You get a tote bag if you do that.
Oh, we just had
K-Town-
some.
yeah, we
Michelle
did.
Mink just signed up for that
Yes,
level.
thank
and
you,
she
Michelle
wants her tote
Mink.
bag.
Yeah, we better get that ordered.
I guess so. But that's who's our Patreon subscriber of the month? Who
Jim
can be?
Namio.
Oh, good old Jim.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. He's singing some Frank
I think it's
Sinatra
James.
probably
I
right
think it's like James Namio.
James, Jim. Did I fuck that up?
Well, I mean, people call him Jim, but I think his professional name is James Namio. But Jim's fine.
Do we have to fucking redo that?
No, it's fine. You did great.
Let's go.
So we're here with JJ McAuliffe. He's the current owner of McAuliffe's Pub, located at 3700 Meachem.
Current and only.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to break the news you're going to sell.
No, well, we'll talk later.
Hey.
How much money we got?
I was going to say, my buddy Lou Larson, who owned Peg and Lou's, he always had a saying that every bar's for sale
Yep.
for the right price.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yep.
So when we left, we were talking about your relationship with Margaret, the owner of Confetti's, and how she was kind of going back to work at Chrysler, and talked to you about owning this and how this is your first big role, taking on a job like this, business owner. And you did take it. So
Yep.
with the help of some family, you got it in. And what was it like that first day that it was your bar?
Well, the cool thing about it was, since I had already worked there, it was a turnkey, so we closed on the we closed the deal on the Friday, that Monday, it was actually really surreal because you're still walking into a place you've been part of for many, many years, just knowing that it's now yours. So it was like there was like this wild, liberating, but petrifying feeling at the same time because it's like, what the fuck did I just do? And I almost didn't make it because as I parked in the parking lot and as I was walking to the front door, one of my friends and one of the longtime patrons wanted to make sure that he was the very first customer and he was not going to, and he almost ran me over. And I'm like, dude, what the, he goes, I'm going to be your first customer no matter what. Open the goddamn door before anybody else gets here.
That's so great.
Little Dave. We called him Little Dave. Everybody out there will know him. He's my leprechaun every year. He's been my leprechaun for the St. Patrick's Day parties.
I've heard about your leprechaun.
Yeah. He's having some health issues now. He's not doing so hot, but we're hoping everything will be all right.
We're rooting him on. We're rooting him on.
But, so he wanted to be that first customer, and opened up that door, and it was, like I said, it was surreal, but it was like, wow.
So your idea was, okay, we're opening the doors, we're not changing anything right away, we're just going to... No, I already had a laundry list of all the things. I was already starting to think of the bands I was going to have in there. I was making arrangements, trying to find guys I can work with sound guys. Because at the time I didn't have my own PA system in there. I had to always have somebody bring one in.
But you were already kind of booking the bands before that. So you kind of had
quite
that
a few of them, But
they had to supply their own, so you wanted to get a permanent kind of
So, for the first quite a few for years, we would just hire guys that would come in and bring their stuff. Like John Ianni was one. John Ianni from Boys and Toys. For a long time, he was one of my guys. But he'd bring the stuff in and... but eventually we did get our own system, so then we just get the guys come in and set it up, But, and then the other thing is, I wanted to do the Irish bar thing, because back in those days, that was like the big thing. And it's like I wanted to be the Irish pub, but with a rock and roll attitude, Like you're not walking into a traditional Irish pub, but, it doesn't have all the wood. It doesn't look as cookie cutter and, conforming to what an Irish pub should be. I wanted it to be more like I wanted adults to enjoy it. I wanted to have a good, cocktail crowd and have the people that were the regulars at Confetti's still be comfortable there.
Yeah, you don't want to alienate them.
Right, but I also wanted to have that
rock and roll crowd,
the group of people that I was like growing up. I wanted it to be a punk bar, an alternative, whatever, just a weird bar. And, I'll never forget Margaret was teaching me, how to, I would go in there and she would introduce me to all the salespeople who I'd have to learn to order from. And every salesman that came in, are you the Guinness rep? Are you the Guinness rep? Are you the Guinness? Finally, the Guinness rep came because, yes, I'm your guy. I'm like, we need to talk because we were the second bar in Racine to ever have Guinness on tap.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Because back in those days, it was kind of a new thing. So there was a bar downtown called the Yardarm, but they were more of a restaurant type of place. So we were technically like the first bar to have Guinness on tap.
Because Guinness needed a different style of... They have different kind of air or something? Or was that...
Yeah, you need the nitrogen system and all that.
Yeah, so it needs a little something extra than a normal tapper that would have. Yep. Okay. Oh. Huh. Were you making the shamrocks in the Guinness?
We weren't at first, and then I learned how to do it, and then we would do that. But then I had some friends from Ireland come by, and they're like, we don't do that in Ireland. That's a tourist thing. It's like, all right. we don't have to do this anymore.
So, JJ, you became this new business owner. Did you have any challenges with the city with transferring things over and getting things working with the bands, having the music permits, things like that? How was your relationship with the city at the time of the transfer?
Actually, it was fine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I shouldn't say fortunately, Racine's not like Kenosha.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I was for the longest time, very, very active in the Tavern League. And I was going to all the meetings, and I know what you guys go through in this town with the Tavern Squad and all that, and it's horrible. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
But no, Racine was really nice. The older woman who helped me knew me and knew my character, and she's like, this is going to be a great addition to Racine. And I actually even missed one of the meetings that I was supposed to get the license for, and they still granted it. So no, the city was great.
Awesome.
I've never had a problem. And over the years, I've actually had 2 police chiefs say to me, like, yeah, we don't worry about you. Your bar's great. We never have to worry about your bar. So
that's good to hear, right?
Yeah.
Now, you've also done a lot of fundraisers throughout the years. You've done all kinds of things, including the Shaving for Seamus, the annual event.
Yep.
How did that get started?
Well, so I grew out this really super long goatee-like beard. I don't know why. I started doing it, and it was one of these things where I just wanted to see how far I could take it, And I looked in the mirror, and I'm like, I look ridiculous, but let's see how far I can go. Then finally one day I was like, no, this has got to go. And I was like, well, wait a minute.
Do it for charity.
I bet you I can do something where, so it was St. Patrick's Day, and...
Is that your busiest day of the year usually,
yeah.
too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we did hey, look, everybody, if whoever raises the most money, you can cut it off on St. Patrick's Day at the pub. And there was a bar owner in Racine called Nibs Kosterman who owned Murphy's, or it was called Murphy's back in the day on Junction, which later became the Brass Monkey. Remember the Brass Monkey?
Yeah, I remember the Brass Monkey.
Yeah. And he got involved, and so he was raising money, and then a couple of the guys from the VOA, Veterans of America, the Hog Chapter, the Harley guys were like, well, we'll get this money. And so everybody just started... It was an auction, and next thing you know, we ended up raising $3,000.
Holy shit!
In just one day,
just to cut the
just to have them come up and cut the beard. And
I mean, that's got to just say like how popular and respected you are that you can do something like that.
Well, either that it looked that bad, and they really wanted to get rid of it.
But that had become an annual tradition.
And
then.
so I thought, like, well, Jesus, if I just raised $3,000 for mine. The story behind Seamus, with the Seamus Gwynn Foundation, was I was in a band called the Sandcarvers, and we were a Celtic rock band.
Oh, yeah, I know them.
Yeah. And Tony Gwynn was our singer, guitar player. No. But famous soccer coach. And his son Seamus got I can never say it properly. It was a form of blood cancer.
Okay.
And basically spent his childhood, in getting cancer treatments. Finally succumbed to them at 11. But during the whole time he was in treatment, he was doing things for he cared more about the other kids. He was a really good artist, and he would teach kids how to paint, and he was doing all these things, and he just brought life to the cancer wing of wherever he was at, or whatever treatment center he was at. And so when he passed, his grandmother, Valerie, started the Seamus Gwynn Foundation. And what they do is they take kids in our area, so Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee, southeastern Wisconsin, and they help out these families. It's like a St. Baldrick's, but for our local kids, and nobody gets paid. It's all volunteers.
Cool.
And it's any kind of thing. So let's just say it's a family like they need a car because they want to be with their child. Their treatments are an hour, 2 hours away.
Yeah,
they don't have
Milwaukee or something.
Yeah. We would do that if there was a time where the kid was terminal, wanted one last vacation, sent them to Disneyland. So it's basically the money goes toward the family for whatever they need, and so that's what we do every year, and then we get people to. So that's what I was saying. Is like if I can get $3,000 for just the goatee. So we started recruiting other people, and because my buddy Dave Seegert at the time, we did the very first couple of St. Baldrick's in Racine were actually at my place.
Oh, cool!
But it got so big, and so many people were involved that they moved it to the Brat Stop.
Oh, yeah.
And so that kind of gave me the idea too. That that's what probably gave me the idea to shave off the goatee.
Still do something here. Yeah,
but then it's like, well, let's do this for Baldrick's is still happening, but let's do this for the kids in our community. And then so over the years, we've just we kept doing it.
That's awesome. My personal commentary, by the way. Cancer in kids, proof there's no God.
Right.
Yep.
That right there is that's the fucking worst.
So JJ, when did you end up getting McAuliffe's on the square?
Yeah, you tried branching out there a few years back.
Yeah, well, so there was one of my bartenders at the South Side, Jill. We were talking about going into business. We were talking about like that bar. It was for sale.
What was it when it was for sale?
I think it was called Benny's. There might have been no, it was Benny's, I think, at the time. And we couldn't pull it off. It was like, no, we couldn't. We talked to the landlord of the building, and we were negotiating, and we couldn't pull it off. So we kind of forgot about it. And about a year later, he gets a hold of me, or actually he gets a hold of Jill's then boyfriend, Steve Hawkins,
from
the band Rainy Day Crush. There's a million Steve Hawkins.
There are a couple. Yeah.
But not the scammer Steve Hawkins from Kenosha?
No, not him, and probably not the...
Okay.
But not the one that owns Stage 22 or whatever it's called.
No.
That's the other one.
The hippie Steve.
Yeah.
But he got a hold of them and said, "Hey, we got to evict this guy. He's just not doing it. He's paying. So if you guys, I'll just take it over." He just wanted the guy out. So we're like, yeah, all right. Cool. Well, fuck. You're gifting us this bar.
Holy shit.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, Benny still had all of his, it's still his bar. It's still all the furnishings in there. And so he wanted to negotiate with us a price. And so we're like, okay, to be the same with the, South Side turnkey. So we can just walk in one day.
It's open, yeah.
Well, he basically, what he said he wanted, there was another partner, Drew, and Drew kind of looked at what you can get new, and as opposed to what he wanted to sell it. He's like, "This is crazy. We can build our own bar for less than what you want for this."
Right.
And he goes, "Well, fine, then do it then."
Wow.
And he gutted the place.
Wow.
And that's when I was like, "What am I getting into?" Because there's, three investors and 3 people in it,
right? And
they gutted the place, but we built it from up from the scratch. The owner who gave it to us, basically, he was a really good woodsman, so he bought. Or he had a shop in Kenosha. He did a lot of work in Kenosha or in Chicago. He said, "I'll build you guys the bar, and I'll put a back bar behind there on the condition, though, that it's mine. If you guys ever leave here, or if anything ever happens and you're out of here, I get to keep it. You don't get to keep this."
Oh, okay.
So he built us a bar, and he put in this beautiful old back bar. So that helped us a lot. So we got the coolers in and basically just started from scratch, and that's how the Square came about.
Wow.
Another cool joint down there too is right downtown, right there. You had bands there too as well.
Yeah, yep.
And it was a much smaller place.
Yeah,
it was a narrow long bar. Currently home to the Void.
The
correct?
Void.
Yeah.
And downtown Racine is a very hopping place, correct?
Yeah. It is, but it just wasn't. I'm an old school. Like the bar is your community center, and I'm so used to walking into my place on the South Side and knowing everybody that's there, and and even if you don't know them, you get to know them. You're they say the stranger once. I never really got that vibe. I mean, I got the vibe from my regulars and the people downtown, but when there were big events, like Party on the Pavement or First Fridays, you get a lot of people from
just meh.
Yeah, and just not. Some of them are kind of dicks,
Yeah.
and it just didn't have
the vibe.
Yeah, and another thing too, at that time I was working with the Red Hot Chili Peppers out of Scotland, and I was going on tour with them a lot. I was part of their crew. And I was doing all these festivals, and it always fell in the summertime. And I just felt so guilty having 2 places and being gone all the time that it was like, you know what?
Too much.
A friend of mine approached me wanting to buy the place, and I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Because I knew that following year I was going to be on the road. I booked a tour of Scotland for Betsy 8 and the Well-Known Strangers because of these connections.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew that I was going to be on tour. I knew I was going to be going back to this festival to work at. I knew I was going to be gone a lot. except that year was 2020. So none of that happened. This all happened before, and well, then the deal fell through, and it's the day after Christmas. I get a message that I'm sorry that my finances fell through. Sorry. And at this point, my employees had found out because I didn't say anything right away, which makes me a dick. I know, and I still regret that so bad.
Yeah, but it's a tough situation for you.
Yeah, but so we had a meeting. I just said, if you guys all leave, I get it. I totally get it. But I'm going to be honest. The bar's for sale. I'm kind of done here.
Yeah.
And they stayed, and well, Samantha Lopez, my bar manager at the time, is dating Tom from The Void, or Tom O'Connor from Evelyn's.
Yep.
And he's always talked about buying a bar. He's always wanted to be, to get one. And so finally, they decided, like, you know what, we're going to do it, and they did. And which was cool to me because it's like, if anybody's going to take this over, I want it to be them, especially Tom, with his love of music.
It's going to be something cool.
And Tom's like one of my best friends. I mean,
It's a great place they got.
So it's like, I mean, there's been times we've gone to shows in Kenosha, and I've run into old people from the 80s that came to my shows, and they see Tom, and they're like, "Oh, is this your son?"
I love that. It's so good. It's so great.
But so they took it over, and that was great. But the only trouble was the day that they opened was the day the governor shut us down. So, So luckily, I own the building, so I'm still kind of part of it because I'm their landlord. But my bank reached out and said, look, we know that this is going to be tough. We're going to suspend your payments. You don't have to pay until things kind of calm down here. So I didn't have to make mortgage payments, so I passed that on to Tom and Sam for rent because it's like, man, so they used that time to turn it into what it is today, because it was another turnkey thing there. But what they did to it,
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. So they did all that during COVID. So
I mean, I go there. That's one of the bars that I go to when I do go to Racine, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it really is.
Void's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to your place too.
No, I do. I do love the Void. As a matter of fact, I joke with Sam. I'm like, why didn't you do all this when I had
it? So you have McAuliffe's going strong. Back to your place, going strong. What's the future hold for McAuliffe's Pub?
Well, you say it's going strong. It's just like any other business. The bar business is kind of hurting right now, and we're no exception. So we're doing all these extra things to try to get people to come in,
like being on the Ktown Connects podcast.
Yeah,
must be real desperate for you, JJ.
No. But like things that I normally wouldn't do because I've never been a karaoke fan, but now we'll do karaoke here and there and. But with today's computers, it's a lot more fun because back in the day, it was always some guy with a book. I'm like, if I hear Meatloaf one more time, I'm going to go.
Because now you can take a pic of whatever you want to hear.
Yeah, because like now I can sing Pink Floyd The Trial, or I can sing like Hawkwind, and it's like, So it's become kind of fun. But anyway, like I said, we try to do a lot of events and try to do the music, and now we got the music bingo on Thursdays.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, you find that people just, they're not drinking like they used to. They're social media, they're at home. COVID didn't help any, and I'm not going to lie. I'm one of those people that I go home a lot earlier now than I used to.
Do you see there's a lot more, because you open up at 3 o'clock, do you see there's a lot more people that like to drink earlier than later nowadays?
That's actually something I should look into, is maybe seeing if maybe opening a little bit earlier, because I think there is something to that. I know, like my age, I kind of like going out earlier now as well.
Too, yeah.
I do too as well.
We had a show last night where we thought it'd be, it's going to be over by 11. And the guy was having a great time. He was hip hop artist named Blacks, and he's like, I know I should probably quit now, but I'm going to keep going. And he's having a good time, and I'm sitting here with the sound guy looking like, dude, it's almost midnight.
Yep, exactly.
So you have a great staff there, working the place. But how often are you there throughout the week as the owner of the business?
Well, again, that's the thing. After 27 years, and I don't have a bar manager.
Okay.
So like, I get there every day to do the book work and ordering and meet the salespeople and deliveries, and then I usually try to cut out, go do any errands I have to do, buy supplies, whatever we need, run to Sam's Club or Restaurant Depot for anything, and then come back. But I'm usually there in the evening when we have something going on. Like Mondays we have dart leagues, and some of my favorite people are hanging out there, so I'll be there. And then Wednesday, every second and fourth Wednesday or every second and fourth Tuesday, we have the James Yorgan Sextet, free jazz.
Wow.
So,
Sextet.
Okay. Yeah. The James Yorgan Sex Show. Oh, nobody would want to see that. Yeah. And then the first and the second, or the first and the third, we do this Tap TV Trivia, which is this trivia that we have on a TV that you can play. We have it on all the time, so you can come in and you play it on your phone.
Oh yeah.
Use your phone as the controller, and then it's on the TV. But we play against 3 other bars in Racine, and we do it from 6:30 until 8:10.
You've had that for a while, haven't you?
Yeah. So
I've done that at your bar
years
ago.
We've done 5. So we do 5 rounds, and whichever bar wins, they get $100. The other bars have to pitch in to do a $100 bar tab for that bar.
Oh wow! Cool. Nice.
Even though we've won quite a few times, and we have never seen the money yet.
Oh.
But then again, we've also lost enough times, so in the long run, it actually evens itself out.
Okay. Well, me and my buddies play cribbage, and we play for like a nickel a point or whatever it was. We all keep a marker. Now, we never collected money. We always have a balance. So you owe me this much, you owe me this much. Yeah, that kind of thing. So you're there a lot, and you're a bar owner. How do you challenge yourself with the health risks with alcohol and drinking and things like that? Because I'm sure you drink sometimes, all the time. I don't know, but do you find that as an issue? Do you see that?
That's the other thing. Is like when when people say, "Oh, we went in there to see you, you weren't there." I'm like, "What time was it?" Yeah, I mean, after 27 years, and even after COVID, I kind of like being home a little bit, and it's just I can't. I'm 57. I do have some health issues, and the alcohol doesn't really help all the time. So there are times that it's like, I want to.
Can you be there with the crowd and not drink?
I have, but it is tough. Well, that's the other thing though, is I don't drink to get drunk. Like, you can ask any of my friends who have ever been there. Have you ever seen JJ wasted? And like, no, I have never even seen him drunk. Okay. Because I've kind of turned into the quality over quantity. Okay. We have one of the largest whiskey selections in southeastern Wisconsin, or definitely in Racine. I mean, we have over 200 bourbons, scotches. Wow. I mean, we have a whiskey club.
Oh, wow.
And so I'll have like a nice beer and a dram of whiskey, and I'll just drink those and just chill out on that. But yeah.
Okay, good, cool.
So
there's people listening to this right now going, "He's so full of shit." He is so full of shit.
I've seen him hammered last week.
This motherfucker, every night he's fucking wasted. So JJ, how much longer you got in the game till it's up for sale?
Well, again, everything is for sale.
Everything's
for the
got
right
a price.
But I'm already on 27 years. April,
congratulations. Yeah. That is awesome.
April will be 28th. I really would, if worst comes to, I really would like to push to 30 at least.
Make one big celebration.
Yeah. So,
nice.
So, if there's anybody out there listening to with a lot of money and a heavy pocketbook who wants to ruin it for me by 30, that's fine. But in the meantime,
hey, if anybody is in Kenosha, like I always say, if somebody was willing to pay that price for TGs and then ruin it, somebody can buy a bar anywhere.
Well, that's actually funny you should say that, because that would be something that would weigh on me, because it's like we've developed something really nice there. And that's why, even with the square, there's so many people that were bummed out when I closed the square down, but Tom and Sam, what they did to it.
Yep.
It's like, you know what?
Because it's like a baby. You want to you don't want to just see it and go. You want to count your millions and laugh. and move away.
You want to see it go on.
Yeah. So I'm like very proud of what they did. So, and I would hope that would be the same case with McAuliffe's.
You're giving them a successful business for 30 years.
It would be another turnkey business. Just like you got from Margaret at Confetti. So.
Yep.
All right.
Would you make them change the name?
What's that?
Would you make them change the name?
Oh, you know what? If somebody was willing to call it McAuliffe's, as long as they didn't fuck it up too bad, I'd probably be like that's kind of cool. But but then again,
but you don't know if they're going to fuck up or not.
Exactly.
Right. You have to put it in the contract. So you'd like every year I'm able to change the name if I don't like what you're doing.
All right, Jay, I have one more question here, and then we're going to go on to our next segment. But what's the deal with you and Elvis Costello?
Oh my God! Who told you that?
I just heard there's some thing about you and Elvis Costello. I
oh my God! All right. So when I first, when I first opened, in my early years of the pub, when I told you about the Guinness, so the salesman that came in, I'm like, "Are you the Guinness guy?" He goes, "I am. We need to talk." He became a good friend. We called him the Guinness Angel, and this was when Guinness was really doing a big push. They had the Guinness van that used to go to all the bars, and you can go sit in. There were tappers, and you could sit there and drink in this van. That was crazy. And in Chicago, they did a festival called the Flaw Fest. They did 2 years. It was kind of like a Irish themed, bands that it wasn't all Celtic rock, but it was bands that had like ties to Ireland or Irish members. So 1 year it was Van Morrison and Elvis Costello were the headliners. And the Bogman and the Pogues or Shane McGowan and Black 47, the Saw Doctors, all these great bands played it. And because he worked for the distributor for Guinness, we got these VIP tickets. So we did a bus trip down there. We did, we had 40 people. We rented a bus and we went to this concert. But we got these VIP passes to go into the artist's beer tent area.
Oh, nice.
So we're sitting there and this is when Caffrey's first came out, which isn't even around anymore, but we were drinking all these Caffrey's, which was being introduced, and it was this beautiful cream ale. And being that it was like 120 degrees out that day, it was hot. And their heat index was like 125 with the heat index. It was really humid. So these beers were going down really, really good. And the head of Guinness, one of the heads of Guinness came by and said, "Hey, you guys want to come backstage?" Sure. So they bring us back to the main stage and they give us a little tour. And we're standing at the side of the stage watching Lycidia Williams play. And this guy stands right next to me. He's wearing this black jacket, black trousers, black hat, all dressed in black, and it's 100 frickin' some degrees out. And Mark, my buddy's like, that's Elvis Costello. And I look, I'm like, oh yeah, it is Elvis Costello. Wow, cool. That's crazy. Wow, man. And so as we're walking away, the Guinness reps, taking us out of there, Mark's like, well, man, I really like to get a picture with Elvis Costello. I go ask him. No, man, I can't. Like, why? It's no big deal. We're backstage. It's not like we just snuck somewhere. I mean, we're backstage. We must be somebody. No. So all right, fine. So I go up to him. I go, excuse me, Mr. Costello. I hate to bother you. I hate to be the guy, but my buddy, we're backstage here. We got to go. Can I get a? Would it be all right if he got a picture with you? He's like, I'm trying to watch the band. and I'm like, and granted, now years later, I look back and I'm like, yeah, I should have just left the poor guy alone.
How many beers were you in?
Oh, lots.
Okay.
Lots. That's probably why
just wanted to make sure I established
this. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I really hate to, but just one quick picture. Then he gets in my face, like, and he's a little fuck. He came up to my ear, and he's like, I'm trying to watch the band. And he screams in my face. I'm like, I'm like, look, motherfucker, Mr. wearing all black, long sleeves hat on a freaking 125 degree, whose last big hit album was with Burt Bacharach. I literally said that because he just did that album with Burt Bacharach. I'm like, your last album was Burt Bacharach getting in my. And so finally the Guinness guys are like, okay, JJ, let's go. It's like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, man. And they're like, okay, JJ, let's go.
So good.
Oh, so of course we go back to the artist's drinking area, and one of the guys from the Saw Doctors comes up to me and goes, "Hey, is it true? Did you just fucking almost beat up Elvis Costello?" I'm like, "How do you know?" "Oh, everybody's talking about it. He's a fucking cunt." And next thing you know, all these people are coming up to me and asking me, "Oh, is that true? Did you just do that?"
They want to buy you a beer.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was for free beer.
Yeah. They'll pour one for you.
But it was great because Jeffrey, one of the members of Black 47, he comes up and he's like, "Yeah, I heard about you and Elvis." And it's like, I was in a band with him. He's fucking. I hated it. He's a fucking cunt. I wish you would have knocked his block off. You know.
Looking for unique handcrafted creations?
Aaron Hunzinger of AHDidIt specializes in one-of-a-kind lighting, custom furniture, and get this, more.
Each piece is carefully crafted with care and imagination, ensuring no two are alike.
No project is too big or small.
For more, find Aaron on social media under AHDidIt. Yes, that's all one word, AHDidIt.
Where imagination meets craftsmanship.
Looking for a fun, creative activity for all ages?
Come on down to Alpaca Art, 4326 7th Avenue.
Paint pottery, relax, and enjoy time with family and friends.
Walk-ins are welcome, but for faster seating, make a reservation, especially on the weekends.
Alpaca Art is open Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 6 p.m., Saturdays, 11 to 6 p.m.
They also offer pottery to go for schools and groups.
Visit alpacapottery.com or call 262-657-4444.
Get creative. Want to look and feel your best?
Visit Wink Beauty Boutique at 10909 Sheridan Road for lash extensions, facials, waxing, and more.
With a focus on beauty and wellness, Sarah and her staff at Wink offer personalized services and unique gifts.
Call 262-948-9339 today to book your appointment.
Wink Beauty Boutique, beauty inside and out.
All right, it's time for our Kenosha Connects.
Oh my God, Kenosha Connects is brought to you by
Frank's Diner.
Oh my God, I love Frank's Diner.
Yep, come hungry to Frank's Diner and enjoy some of Kenosha's best food.
Great lunches too. They're famous for their breakfast plate, the garbage plate. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's great. But you know what? They have great sandwiches there too for lunch and stuff like that. You get a great burger there at Frank's Diner. Yeah, they're open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week.
You don't sleep on that lunch.
Get on down there.
Don't sleep on those Bloody Marys as well. They're fantastic.
Okay. And mimosas, all that stuff.
Yeah, great stuff down there.
If you want a day drink, you start at Frank's.
That's right. 508 58th Street. Get down there.
Shout out to Maxwell at Frank's, too.
Yes, Spirit Shakers. We love Maxwell and Oscar of the Spirit Shakers. They
Former
are
guests of the Ktown Connects podcast.
Yes, they are. Yes.
We got a drink every time we say that.
Yes, we do. All right, JJ, you ready for some Kenosha/Racine Connects questions?
Sure.
All right. What was the last great meal you had in Racine?
Ooh, great meal.
or Kenosha.
Oh, I can tell you Kenosha.
Okay. You can do either one. We're branching out, so either one.
Well, let's see. The last real great, obviously, we have Wells Brothers Pizza. Mm-hmm. So,
I've never heard of it.
Great. Yeah. So, we're probably having a nice beer and eating a Wells Brothers Pizza.
Yeah, Wells Brothers is real good. Been there, done that.
Ooh. Take that back. Oh. Well, no, that's not Racine. That's Sturtevant. There's a new Indian place on the frontage road called Saffron.
Oh.
And that's pretty good. But you guys got the Indian Masala House.
Which is fantastic.
That place is freaking...
I know. I love that place as well. Yeah, that's good. It's so good. Yeah.
So speaking of Sturtevant, how does Nona's compare to Wells?
Oh! Wow.
Don't even get me started on that succubus.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. No. She got nothing nice to say. Don't say it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Dang. Hey, he's dedicated to his places in Racine. I love it.
what is a dream musician you'd love to have at McAuliffe's?
Oh, wow. Well, funny you should say that because I used to have my list. And out of that list, 2 of them have played.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Nice.
like I always, when I first started the bar, I always said I grew up loving Camper Van Beethoven. One of my favorite bands is like, oh, I'd love to get Camper Van Beethoven. I would love to get Die Kreutzen. I'd love to get Killing Joke. I would love to get The Cure. And of course, obviously, I'd love to get Pink Floyd, but I know that wouldn't have ever happened.
Yeah.
Period. So I did have Camper Van Beethoven, and when Die Kreutzen did their reunion, they played at my place, which was just, you want to see somebody fanboy geek out. For you who don't know, Die Kreutzen was a Milwaukee band that were the influence for a lot of the so-called 90s alternative grunge movement. I mean, no Die Kreutzen, no Soundgarden. Soundgarden will even tell you that.
Yeah.
Die Kreutzen was just such a great band. And then, but to answer your question, I guess I would geek out if I had The Cure play.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see The Cure play.
That would be...
Oh, yeah.
Before Robert Smith gets any fatter and goofier looking.
Maybe for that 30-year anniversary.
Yeah, that'd be
That
cool.
would be... Let's get a GoFundMe to get them both.
Yeah.
Probably what it will take, probably, right? All right. Where in Racine would you recommend someone going on a first date? Besides McAuliffe's. They go there after, right?
Yeah, okay. Probably Old Madrid.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he does a really nice job. Matter of fact, we got a party tonight at the pub, and he's catering it. So.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'd probably say Old Madrid.
Yeah, I love it.
I just read this question. Did you get this question?
Which one?
What are you more afraid of, karaoke night or a St. Patrick's Day?
Both. No, actually, probably more St. Patrick's Day because of all the effort that goes into it. Because I start stressing out like 3 days beforehand, and I mean, we set up that second bar, and it's the one day of the year where we do the second bar, and then getting all the stew and making sure everything's right. Because we're also the only place that when you order a Guinness, you should get it in a glass.
Yeah.
And we go crazy. So it's
so many
like
glasses.
you'll still get a glass on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a nightmare.
So that water
it's
bill's
also,
pretty expensive that month.
and then also making sure running around and making sure the bands are happy and everything's going right with the music and stuff
What time
like
do you
that.
open on St. Patrick's Day? 6 a.m.?
We tried doing it, but it wasn't really worth 10 a.m. now.
Okay.
Yeah,
10's good.
Yeah, we're kind of a destination bar. We're we're not near anything else. So when people have to make an effort to come to us. So we found that 10 seems to work better.
Okay.
When we were 8 o'clock, it was like a few people, but not enough to make it worthwhile. And plus, that being said, like every bartender who works there works that day, so it's like you don't want to stretch them too far,
Right.
As a Racine business owner of an Irish pub, what's your opinion of the Kenosha St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Well,
You hate
what?
that it demolished the Racine St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Did it demolish us? I don't think it did.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're in the Racine one.
That's the rumor.
I don't know. I'll have to. I haven't seen it. I'll have to disagree there. But no, I think it's cool. I'm surprised they haven't done it sooner. I just think dyeing your Harbor green was pretty stupid.
People love that.
It's like Chicago. It's almost like the Simpsons did it. Chicago did it.
I love it. That's got to be a drop.
Well, all good ideas, all good ideas are already taken.
No, I think the parade's a good thing. Honestly.
We just lucked out the weather this year.
Yeah. If the weather wasn't that good,
That's why it's so legendary. That one will go down as a legendary parade because
next year snow going to be the worst ever. Nobody's going to show up.
4 degrees and it's going to be
But if I probably if I didn't have my own parade to be in Racine, I probably would because the difference between Kenosha and Racine too is like Racine, the parade is the families and they're all lined up to watch it. And then once it's over, some of the people will go to the bars. You guys in Kenosha, it's like that Lewis Black joke, or he's in Madison talking about you people from Wisconsin, but you people from Kenosha, you're professionals,
Oh.
Where in the Kenosha Racine area can I find the best Italian food?
Ooh.
What's that one across from Evelyn's?
Well, since Cortese's closed,
Oh, that was a good place.
that was the best.
And their portion sizes were
Yeah.
very generous.
Here's the thing. You got Kenosha, you got Racine. Each place specializes in their own thing. I'm going to go for pizza. Obviously, Wells Brothers. Oh, man. There's so many Italians in this area that's a tough one because, because I got to say, I like Storino's and I like Casa Capri.
Oh, yeah, those are both good places.
I mean, if you're talking like Italian food, like non-pizza.
Yeah, that's
if
what
I'm going to go somewhere that the pasta. Yeah, I haven't actually tried Village di Carlo because I'm always eating their pizza.
Yeah,
They have good pasta.
Yeah. But at the same time, the downtown Racine,
Yeah, what's the one across from Evelyn's?
right
I can't think of it.
across-
I can't think of the name of it right now.
Salute, John.
Salute.
Yeah, that place is great too. So that's kind of like when you're surrounded by so many great Italian restaurants. A better question was like, should anybody who go to Olive Garden be shot? Absolutely, yes.
This mustache is a tribute to Dino Storino from Storino's.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
which downtown's going better, downtown Racine or downtown Kenosha?
Well, I'd have to say Racine.
Yeah,
just because they're trying. You guys have like cooler events, like with the peanut butter and jam, the Taste of Wisconsin. But that's also kind of not in the. Well, it's downtown, but it's. Whereas Racine, you got. You got that beautiful, classic, beautiful old turn of the century building architecture. They're trying really hard, and the restaurants that are there. You go down, some of the streets here, and a lot of places are still boarded, or they're a lot of empty. And granted, there's some of those in Racine too, but they just doesn't seem as many. But one of the things you guys also got us beat on, though, is like the outside seating. That like after COVID, and how none of that's gone away. How you can I love being able to go to Rustic Road and sit outside and have a beer.
Or Public Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah, Public too. That's right. Sorry, I forgot they have the seats outside as well. But anyway, all those places, like how you can just go and
sit outside.
Sit outside, and that's really cool. I wish Racine, again, we're on a state highway, though, like you said, we can't do that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah.
Unless they change some things around, which they've been trying. But it has, because they were talking about turning downtown into a two-way street. Instead, no, I'm sorry.
No, it's a two-way.
No, but a two-lane.
Oh,
I'm sorry, a two-lane.
Okay, gotcha.
And then have the side parking, which would open it up to have some of the businesses have that. But
that would be
but
nice.
that hasn't passed yet. That hasn't gone anywhere yet. So
it is a very wide road there too.
Yep.
And that downtown architecture down there, they have the Memorial Hall and stuff like that. It's active, have things going on. They got stuff going on down there,
It is beautiful. And the different types of restaurants. I mean, they have so much different cultured restaurants down in downtown Racine. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. Sticky Rice, my favorite restaurant down there.
Okay.
I love it. You said it like you hate them.
No, it's just that I agree with you, but this is a recent thing. Within the last 10 years, back, maybe 15, 20 years ago, if you wanted some kind of really good, unique ethnic food or whatever, you were coming to Kenosha, though. Because the first Thai restaurant that I've ever been to was in Kenosha. So it's great. Racine's coming a long way. But it just always, to me, seems like Kenosha's one step ahead, and then Racine will get on board as well.
You know what I love about Kenosha and Racine is just so quick to get to each other. 15 minutes, if that. Here we go.
I say this to people all the time that, they talk about the Twin Cities, Minnesota, St. Paul. to me, these are the real Twin Cities.
Yep, I agree.
mean, for me to leave here and go back to my pub, 10 minutes, 15 at tops.
Hey, we want to go talk to Craig at the port, and then we want to go see JJ. Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
12 minutes, we're there.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
That's it.
So, JJ, looking at Kenosha or Racine, whichever one you think of, which now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back?
Ooh. Oh, probably.
Is it that adult bookstore on Main Street? Remember that one, Donny?
No, there were
porno
two.
shop on Main Street.
Oh, there were two.
There were two? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You had Racine News and City News.
Oh, wow, two, huh?
They were called News, but
They weren't news.
Yeah, they're not news. So I thought you were asking about Kenosha.
Either one, whichever one you can think of, Kenosha or Racine. What the first place you could think of?
Well, in Racine for sure, there was a little burger joint called Cindy Burger. I remember going there as a kid. It was like a fast food, kind of like a precursor to Culver's, where everything was cooked to order.
Oh, nice.
But it was still a fast food restaurant, and that was amazing.
Oh.
Otherwise, there was a brilliant Greek restaurant called The Stable. Best gyros I ever had in my life. That's what I'd say. The original Stable with the original recipe.
Wow, okay.
You know, Marina Gardens across here has some good gyros.
I used to eat a lot of those back in the day when they were open 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of Marina Garden gyros over the years.
All right, JJ, last one. It's a Kenosha-based one, but here. Big Star or The Spot?
Spot.
Oh, wow, really? Okay.
Spot.
It's worth the drive, huh?
Yeah. I used to be a huge advocate, Spot no matter what. But I've learned something about Big Star. I actually got an education about Big Star. There's two different kinds of burgers there, really.
Whoa.
Because everybody I know, they're like, oh, we love the 5 for $5 or 6 or whatever, and they're more the smaller,
The little double cheeseburgers?
yeah, and they kind of got that like high school soup, like they taste like they've been sitting in like the broth for a while kind of burger. But if you ordered like the actual like double quarter pound, like the big burger, like if you if you purchased the half pound, the big burger, spend the money, like you can get you 5 little ones, but
It's
just
got the
buy
lettuce and tomatoes and all that.
if you want that, I'm not.
It usually comes with it, but yeah.
But that burger is solid, man.
Yeah,
It doesn't taste like the little small double cheeseburgers or whatever.
It is different, but I like them both. But yeah, it is different.
Okay.
I agree. Does Racine have something that compares to like a Big Star or The Spot?
Oh my God! Matter of fact, two places that people would ask the same question in Racine: Cupie's or Park Inn. Matter of fact, I had Park Inn this morning. That is my favorite burger of all time.
Oh, okay.
That is the best hamburger in the state of Wisconsin.
Park Inn,
I'm going to say it right now, peoples. Park Inn on Douglas Avenue, the best burger in Wisconsin.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You heard it here first on the Ktown Connects podcast.
Dang. Okay.
Well, I think that does it with
All
our
right.
Kenosha Connects.
And that was brought to you by Frank's Diner.
Oh, thank you so much for that great sponsorship, Frank's Diner.
And ding, ding, ding.
And they got a good burger, too.
They really do. Very underrated burger there. And,
Everyone talks about their breakfast, but no, they have great sandwiches.
well, everything there that Kevin does is fantastic. Jason, what time is it now?
Oh, Donnie, it's time for trivia. And that's brought to you by The Lottery Machine, located in downtown Kenosha. The Lottery Machine is your one-stop shop for everything you need. Printable, for merchandise, for your T-shirts, bags, anything you need, hats,
Tote
all
bags,
kinds of stuff.
everything. And you can go check out everything that they do at their website, thelotterymachine.com. They have all these great shirts, everything like you just said. Check out the Ktown Connect shop on their website as well. So Tina and Dave do such a great job at the Lottery Machine. So
They do great.
They really do. Check out their store, 725 50th Street in beautiful downtown Kenosha, and tell them the Ktown Connect sent you.
And if you want that Ktown Connects merchandise, we have a store there. If you go to ktownconnects.com, there's a link right there. You can go there and buy your own Ktown Connects T-shirt, hat, hoodie, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, we got some great stuff there.
Cool stuff. Very cool.
And we upgraded the price to fit inflation, so.
Okay. So it's time for trivia. It's when our guest will take on Donnie in this completely on the level, totally fair, definitely not skewered, completely 100% legitimate trivia game.
Yep.
And we're going to pull out the randomizer, see what the subject's going to be. It could be anything. We don't know. It could be anything. But we're going to pull out the old randomizer here. Let's see, where do I got it here?
Pulling it out.
Get it out
He's
here.
pulling it out. It's very big and long.
Throw it on the table here. Let's see.
Wow. Wow, look at that.
Oh, it's heavy, too. We have a better sound effect for that. So I'm going to give it a little spin and see what the random subject's going to be, and we'll see what... Ding!
We need a better sound effect for that, too.
That's the real randomizer.
Yeah, you're right.
Our topic today is Ireland trivia.
Oh, shit. I'm
That's
half
the random
Irish.
subject that popped up. So I have 3 questions for each of you. JJ, would you like to go first? You'd like to have Donnie go first.
I'll go.
JJ, here's your first question. Now remember, these are totally random. What color is traditionally associated with Ireland?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Green.
Yay!
You got it. All right. Good job. Good job. Okay. Donnie.
So stereotypically.
Well, I mean, this is just the random questions that came up.
Random, yeah. It makes sense.
Donnie, here's your random question.
Yeah.
In what year did Arthur Guinness sign a 9,000-year lease on the St. James Gate Brewery in Dublin?
1881.
You guys suck! It was 1759 that happened.
JJ, did you know that one?
I totally knew that.
Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. JJ, here's your second question.
Glad I went first.
What day of the year is famously the most busiest for Irish pubs in America?
Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ.
When I have one of my Irish bands play on St. Patrick's Day.
Yay!
Yeah, of course it's St. Patrick's Day. All right, good job. Okay, Donnie, this is
Maybe I'll get this one.
isn't even Irish. This is Racine.
Oh, I did live in Racine
Maybe
for
I'll
4
get
years.
it.
Donnie,
Yeah.
William and James Horlick invented malted milk.
True.
But in what year
fuck.
did the first malted milk balls go into commercial production in the U.S.?
How's that Irish?
It's not. I don't know how they got it. The randomizer. You never know what's going to do.
What year?
What year did the first malted milk balls go into commercial? Whoppers are big at your office. I saw the container
Yeah,
there.
they are, yeah.
They're full of Whoppers. So Whoppers is a big thing at your place.
1947.
Oh, you were close.
What was it?
You guys suck! 1939.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how they got mixed in here, but
Do you guys remember the Horlick malted milk tablets?
no, I didn't even know that was invented in Racine until
Oh, yeah?
I looked up this stuff.
did they just melt?
Yeah, they were little tablets, and I think originally the idea was you'd put a bunch in and let it dissolve. But,
Oh, and then you stir it up, right?
but these things were like almost like little aspirins, like big, and you just pop them in, and they were pure malt, just like concentrated into like a big aspirin, and they were malted milk tablets. They were so good.
I don't know. Can I get those on eBay?
I think they might sell them still at the
That candy store on the square?
No, the historic museum, Racine Historic Museum, I think has them like in these little packs.
All right, JJ, here's your final question. You're up 2-0 on Donnie. This is a multiple choice. What is the primary flavor in a shamrock shake? Is it A, massacholi,
That's a flavor.
B, motor oil, or C, mint?
I'm going to take a guess and say mint.
Oh, you got it. All right.
I would have said motor oil.
That's why you lose. Donnie, here's your last one. You can get this one now.
Okay, this one would be fine.
This is math. You're good at math. You're good at numbers.
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah.
All right, Donnie. Assuming there's 16 ounces in every pint,
Uh-huh.
how many pints are in a standard beer keg?
Oh, fuck.
So you have to think how many ounces are in a keg and then divide that by 16.
64.
You guys suck! I'm sorry, that's 124.
I had no idea.
Well, JJ, you
I
have...
was off by 4.
Oh,
I was going to say 120.
okay, well, you're close. But JJ, you have whooped Donnie in trivia, so
Yes.
good job on that. Congratulations. And you have won a koozie from the lettering machine.
Yes,
right.
Ktown Connects koozie.
Official Ktown
Congratulations.
Connects koozie. So once again, that's McAuliffe's Pub located in Racine at 3700 Meachem Road. It's right on the corner of Ohio and Taylor. You're a little off the road, though. You have to kind of go behind the market. And
Yeah,
get
so
back
if you're
there.
coming up from Kenosha down 22nd, you got the McDonald's, the gas station,
Yeah.
the Dandy liquor store. We're behind the Ferraro's Pizza.
Okay.
Great
So-
pizza, by
oh, yeah, good
It's
pizza.
fantastic.
So you're not right on the road to kind of get back there. You're kind of hidden a little bit there.
Right,
But
yeah.
but
Yep,
still
we are
works
hidden.
for you. So they're open every day, 7 days a week. Open at 11 on the weekends, 3 o'clock, or 11 on
11 on
Sundays.
Sunday, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock during the week. Stop on in and follow them on the Facebook, the Instagram.
Facebook. See what bands are playing. See what entertainment you got going on. Karaoke, music
bingo on Thursdays. Yep.
Yeah, you got something going on every day of the week.
Pretty
if it's
much.
Entertainment, entertainment, anything. If you're in there, you'll entertain everybody, right? There we go. That's
Tell
what
him
we
Ktown
like.
Connects sent you.
Yes,
Hey,
please.
yeah.
And he'll buy
drink
you
free all night.
Yeah, he'll buy you a free shot if you
There
tell
you
him
go.
that. So
That's going to be a Malort.
Perfect, even better.
Just go to the bartender and said, Jason and Donny from Ktown Connects said I get to drink for free and see how that
Yeah.
works for you.
Put it on our tab, JJ. Okay, put it on, we'll be in 2 years to pay.
So if you have some feedback for us, we want to hear from you. And we have our hotline is open at ktownconnects.com. You can go to our website, click on that little phone icon, and you can leave a message for us.
Yeah, give us a call and just tell us how much you hate us or love us or whatever the fuck
JJ's
you
pulling
want
on
to
his
do.
phone. He's going to do it right
Yeah,
now.
he's going to call us right now. He's going to leave a message like Kevin does. You guys suck. Well, JJ, thank you so much for coming in on this very special episode of the Ktown Connects with Racine podcast episode. This is super fun. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for making. Was I really the first Racine person?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's quite an honor because, like I said, I love Kenosha. I love Kenoshians. I was one for a short period of time, So
Wow, it was great.
And you do a lot of good work for the community, just not in Racine and for Kenosha. So keep up the good work. We love what you're doing. That's a tagline I do on the show all the time for people, but you really do.
So we gotta
all right,
thank all these great sponsors that make this show possible, Donny.
fucking shit we do. It's a long list.
I know. We love them, though. They're great. We have to give them a shout-out.
Yep.
So including the law offices of Frank J. Parise,
Aaron Hunzinger of AHDidIt,
About Time Moving,
Casey Family Options, Funerals and Cremations.
Dickow Czak, Carpet One,
Oh, and of course Frank Steiner,
Shannyn Franklin of ReMax Elite,
Union Park Tavern,
The Lettering Machine,
Public Brewing Company,
A Plus Mobility,
Alpaca Arts,
Faded Barbershop for Men,
Lakeshore Pedal Tour,
Lucci's Grandview,
Sallese and Company,
the Port of Kenosha Beverage House,
The
Ralphie.
White, and don't forget about the White Lilac.
It's coming back in 26. I
Yep.
saw they were building the wall. Have you heard about White Lilac? And
Oh,
their,
yeah.
their problem
We
they
had a
had.
fundraiser for him.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
As a matter of fact, on my way here, I saw Kelly outside working outside.
They're building the wall.
Yep.
Yep.
He's going to be back open 2026. I
It's
talked to him
coming
the
back.
other day.
It's coming. It's coming. It's happening.
Well, next time, if you guys have me on again, I can tell you the old story about back in the old days in the early or in the mid '80s when he was putting together, did the Orpheum Theater, and did the renovations. I was a little kid. I was a little teenager that was helping with volunteering, I should say. I was one of
really?
the volunteers helping.
Helping him out at the.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that were
you
volunteering.
there when the Smashing Pumpkins played there?
I was.
Oh shit!
With the swinging dicks.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
very
that was an amazing year they had, or whatever it was.
No, that's. I keep telling people, it's like, you guys think the Smashing Pumpkins always sounded this way? They were like a little gothic, Echo and the Bunnymen sounding band back in that day. Billy Corgan was wearing like the paisley shirts and stuff.
He had the long hair.
They were a little more. They were. It wasn't even that long, but they were a little more of a goth band back then. Yeah, that was a wild show.
Wow. I love the Orpheum. I did an in-depth story about the Orpheum, about the history of it, and it was very interesting. I talked to Kelly about the stuff that happened back then, too, so it was pretty cool. All right, Donny, well, that's about
But we don't want to forget about Wink Beauty Boutique.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. And
Yes, we appreciate you, Sarah, as a sponsor. So, JJ, once again, thank you so much. And Jason,
Donny,
another episode in the tank.
We're doing a great job connecting Kenosha here, but I want to know, there's some people that don't like us, some people that have bad things to say.
We're also doing a great job connecting Racine as well.
What do we have to say to those people that don't like us, that have bad things to say?
You know what? I'll say it on this special episode, Connecting with the Racine. Fuck them! No, we fucking did. We're fucking redoing it.
No, it's fine.
No, we're fucking redoing it. Edit.
I'm not.
No, we were gonna fucking.
I'm not cutting
yeah,
this.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not cutting it.
Fuck!
You guys suck!
Fuck!
I'm no pussy.